In today's video, we're going to be looking at this brand new wireless microphone here by Fulaim. It is the Fulaim F1000 Pro. What's going on, guys? Welcome back, LEOPAZZO Productions. Thank you very much for tuning in. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the brand new Fulaim F1000 Pro. This is a brand new wireless microphone kit, and it comes with 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. The receiver right here is currently plugged into my camera. As you can see that I have it connected right here via the output, via the 3.5mm cable that is included. I just connected a longer attachment cable, 3.5mm, and it's being plugged into my camera microphone input. I will mention that my camera that I'm filming with right now is currently the Panasonic GH5, and I have the microphone level input on the camera internal menu settings set to -12 dB. I can simply monitor the audio via the Fulaim F1000 Pro kit by plugging in my headphones. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now by plugging it into the headphone jack right here at the side of the receiver. This kit does come with, again, 2 microphones. They do have a built-in microphone right here at the top of the transmitter on both of them, the one that I have here in my hand and to the one that I'm currently using right now that's mounted onto my shirt. And we can also use the lavalier microphones that are included with the kit. You can see on the one end is the 3.5mm jack, and on the other end we have the microphone and clip, and it does come included with the 2 windscreen with little wind muffs that we can use when we're in an outdoor environment and it might be a little bit more windy. So currently right now I am using the internal microphone. Shortly I'm going to go ahead and switch it to the lavalier microphone so you guys can get an idea on what that sounds like. I wanted to today to kind of go through all of these cables and get you guys a little bit more familiar with the receiver and the transmitter and the menu and the settings and some features. So stick with me, there's lots to cover in this video. If I miss anything in this video, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Again, I will mention I literally just unboxed this, so I'm still getting used to it, still doing some tests. So this is pretty much one of my first initial tests while using this microphone. Alright guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you are interested in purchasing this wireless microphone kit, I'm going to be leaving a link down below so you guys can have a closer look at that. And I'm also going to be sharing with you a 10% discount coupon code that you guys can apply to your purchase, to your shopping cart. So feel free, take a look at it online, the Amazon link, and apply that coupon code to get that extra 10% off, as this is already a budget-friendly microphone kit, but now we can actually get another 10% off. So take a look, feel free. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. So let's kind of start maybe with the receiver right over here. We can see the receiver is very small and compact. It's approximately about maybe just about 2 inches wide by only a ½ inch thick by also another 2 inches tall or so approximately. We do have this nice little display screen here at the top, which is nice and easy to see what our battery levels are at, what the wireless signal is at, what the audio level is at, and what setting we're currently on as well. So there is the display screen, there is the power on button, and like most devices, when you hold it down for a few seconds, it powers it on or powers it off. So as we flip the unit over here to the side, as you see, we do have the headphone jack, which I'm currently monitoring the audio right here with my headphones. I can simply do that. As we move over to the headphone jack, we have the output jack, which is the 3.5mm output jack, which is currently going to my camera, the Panasonic GH5. Next to that, we do have the output. This is a USB-C output, and you might be asking yourself, like I was asking myself, what are we using this USB-C output for? And this is going to allow us to plug into, for an example, our laptops. If you have a laptop that requires USB-C input as a microphone, you're going to be able to use this output jack. And also they've included 2 cables over here. This one first that we're looking at is USB-C to USB-C. This is the one that we're going to be able to use again with our mobile phone or our laptop. So we can simply plug this end into the receiver and on the other end plug it into our laptop input and use it as a microphone. input, and all the audio that we're going to be collecting from the receiver is going to be sending it to the laptop. We can also use the same cable USB-C to USB-C to plug in the receiver output to our mobile phone. So if your mobile phone does use a USB-C input, you're going to be able to simply use this cable right over here. In my case, I do own an iPhone 12 Pro Max, but this is a USB-C to Lightning cable, so I'm very happy that this cable is included because I don't need any additional cables to use this same kit, the Fulaim F1000 Pro, with my iPhone 12 Pro Max. I can simply plug in the USB-C end to the output on the receiver and plug the Lightning end directly to my iPhone, and now use my iPhone with this wireless microphone kit and collect some very clean audio. So guys, check this out. The USB-C output on the receiver is not only an output to send audio to your phone or a laptop, etc., but it also acts as a USB-C input for charging. I'm currently charging the receiver right now with the V-mount battery with the cable that is included, a USB to USB-C cable right there at the side of the receiver via the USB-C port, and you can also do this while it is actually working, being in use. So it's not like you need to take a break and turn it off and charge it. You can be charging it while you're using it. And same goes for the transmitters, as we will talk about more details shortly. So as we looked at those two cables over here onto the right hand side, next we might as well look at this cable over here, which is a USB to USB-C. So at the side of the charging hub, we actually have a USB-C port, which is going to allow us to charge this charging hub that's going to charge a receiver and both transmitters. So simply get this cable, USB-C, plug it into the side of the charging hub, and this end we're going to be able to plug it in one into those boxes or the bases that we plug into the wall, and now we can go ahead and charge the charging hub. This charging hub, from my understanding, is going to be able to charge the receiver and the transmitter 2 times. So therefore, the battery life on these receiver and transmitter itself alone, just one charge, is going to be approximately 7 hours. So if this charging hub is fully charged, and if the receiver and transmitter are fully charged, and we go ahead and use it, it's going to last approximately 7 hours. And now, say the battery is done on the receiver and the transmitters, and we want to go ahead and charge them, we can go ahead and charge all 3 devices in the charging hub 2 full times. So 7 times 3 is going to be 21 hours approximately, and that is fantastic. This is going to last us approximately a full day just by having the charging hub full and having everything charged up completely. That's as far as it goes for using this USB-C to USB cable right over here, is to charge the charging hub itself. Let's continue and have a look at the remainder of the receiver. If we turn the receiver totally upside down, you'll see these little metal contact points over here, and these are simply just going to make contact when you place it into the charging hub, and it's going to go ahead and charge it. So there's nothing really to do with these little contacts. They just simply make contact when you push them inside here in the charging hub. So as we continue to turn around the unit over here on the side, we have 2 buttons, E, X, F, and we have the dB setting. So currently right now, let's take a look at my settings that I have right over here, and the volume gain of the receiver, which is controlling my microphone, is at basically 0 dB. I have 0 gain set on this right here, and if I wanted to increase the volume, the gain of the 2 microphones, I can simply doing that by pressing the dB button. So let's go ahead and press this volume gain button over here, the dB button, that's going to increase the volume of the microphone that I'm currently using. Again, I have it currently set at 0, and the reason why I have it set at 0, because that is what sounds best to me in the environment that I'm filming in while I was monitoring the audio. So I'm going to go ahead and press it 1 time. So I'm going to call it dB is now at 1, or 1 plus gain, and this is what it is sounding like. I can see the audio level meters right here on the display screen. Again, it is not clipping red, but I do see it is clipping a little bit towards the yellow, which to me probably is still okay. Let's press it 1 more time. This is going to be gain number 2. This is what it's currently sounding like. It's obviously going to be much louder. Let's go ahead and press it 1 more time. So now this is gain 3. This is what it's sounding like. I can see that now we are touching the red gain clipping mark area over here on the audio level meters, which is probably too loud. And let's bring it up to the final one, which is going to be full gain right over here. And here we are with the full gain. You can see the audio level meters. It looks like it's definitely touching the red. It's kind of full blast, probably too loud. So now let's go ahead and return it to where I currently had it at 0 dB, 0 gain, and this is what it sounds like to me, the best option in the environment that I'm in currently right now. We can see that the battery is full, the wireless connection is full, we can see the audio level meters, and again the gain right over here. And over here on the right hand side, we do have it set to mono, which is also kind of called mixed audio in this situation. So basically if I had both of these mics turned on, they're basically going to mix both of the audio from the left and to the right into one audio signal, one audio track. Okay, so to me, I'm going to be calling it like a mono, and in this case, in the owner's manual, they're calling it mixed. Okay. So I think for the most part, we looked at the dB, the volume control for the gain. Next we have this EXF, and this is basically the effects. So right now I'm currently in normal mode. As you see over here in the middle of the display, it doesn't really show anything, and that's because I'm in the normal mode. But if I go ahead and press it once, now I've entered low cut filter. Low cut filter is also going to be probably a great option to use if you need to turn on the low cut filter. Maybe you want to kind of reduce some kind of ambient noise, or you don't really want the low end of the audio frequency to kind of be picked up, and we can simply do that by turning on the low cut filter. Again, anytime you change the mode, I suggest listening to the audio to kind of see how it sounds, and maybe you might need to change the gain sensitivity. Let's go ahead and press the EXF button one more time and see what mode it takes us to. So the next mode right here is DSP, and this is basically a noise canceling mode if I remember correctly looking into the manual. Let's just have a quick little peek to see exactly what it says. And DSP number 7. The current sound effect mode, low cut mode, as we talked about previously, for improving vocal clarity. DSP mode for active noise reduction to eliminate ambient noise. And I will mention that I do have a furnace on in the room next to me. It's not too loud, but I do hear it with my ears, so I'm wondering if it's kind of picking it up in the audio, or maybe not in this mode right here, the DSP mode, because it says it's supposed to reduce and eliminate the ambient noise. The next mode which we're going to have here is KTV mode with the echo reverb effect to improve vocal fullness and space sense. So let's go ahead and turn on the next mode by pressing the EXF button here at the side. And now we are in KTV mode. Again, the KTV mode is supposed to kind of have like an echo. I would say maybe if you're kind of performing or singing, you might want to try out this mode to kind of see if it helps or makes your little creativity idea be enhanced by having this little echo effect. But so as far as the modes, if we press it one more time, it just takes us back to normal mode. I think in most cases, I'm going to be using normal mode. I believe I'm also going to be probably trying out the low cut filter to see if that sounds any better. And I believe if I'm going to be trying the DSP mode, which again, I'm currently in right now, just kind of toggling through the different modes. So let's go back to the normal mode, which I'm currently in right now, and again, it's pretty straightforward and easy to use. If you look over here onto the right hand side, as I was talking about earlier, we are in the mixed audio. I'm going to call it like the mono, but just to kind of show you what it shows over here in the manual, number 8. So if you look at number 8, it says output mode. M is for mixed output, namely band 1 and 2 are all mixed on both left and right channel. ST is stereo output, which we haven't gone to. Let's go ahead to stereo output. And how do you switch the different output modes is by simply pressing the DB and the EXF button together at the same time for a few seconds. So I'm going to put 2 fingers, one on each button, hold it down, and switch to me now to stereo mode. So currently I don't have both microphones on. Maybe it might be a good idea to power on this microphone since I'm in stereo mode. I'm just going to go ahead and power it on by holding on the power button. And now here on the display screen, it is showing me the battery level life of this microphone. It's showing me the wireless connection, and it's also showing me the audio level. And as you can see, both of these microphones, the audio levels are kind of moving together because we are in stereo mode. ST is stereo mode, band 1 is the left channel output, while band 2 is the right channel output. So that's currently how it's working right now. So to give you an idea, I'm going to go ahead and tap on this microphone number 2 over here on the internal microphone. Okay, so that's what it sounds like by me tapping on that microphone. And I'm gonna go ahead and tap on the microphone that I have right here on my chest, mounted on my shirt. Okay, so that is what it sounds like, just to give you an idea. Stereo mode is going to be very nice to use in case you want to kind of catch some basically sound effects for videos, or you have two people talking, or for an example, if you have two people talking and one person is coughing or sneezing or kind of shuffling around and making some noises, you can kind of delete that from the audio. It's not going to be mixed together as we would have in the M mode, the mixed output mode. So having the stereo mode along with the mixed output mono mode is going to be a great feature that's included with this kit. Let's go ahead and check out the next mode by simply pressing down these two buttons. So right now we are in MS mode. MS is safety track output. The right channel output is 6 dB less than the left channel. So this MS safety track feature is going to be a great feature and something that I can see myself using as well as one of the settings as I test this microphone out in the next few days and weeks and so on. Because again, as I mentioned, it's going to be keeping the right channel 6 dB lower than the left channel. So for an example, as I'm recording audio, for an example, if the audio becomes too loud, the left channel would be looking at it as it's super loud, probably being clipped and probably having ruined audio. But the fact that we are in this safety channel, safety mode, the right channel is going to be recorded again 6 dB lower. So I'll probably be able to save the audio with this safety track here that is going to be recording the right channel 6 dB lower. So that's going to be a great feature because in post-production I can simply just delete the audio from the left channel, which is probably going to be too loud and going to be affected by it being just recorded too loud, and I'll probably be able to use the right channel audio because it's going to be recorded 6 dB lower and it won't be clipped and be too loud. So that's probably going to be a great feature that I'm also going to be taking advantage of. So other than that, if we go ahead and press the two buttons again, it's most likely just going to be taking us back to the M mode, which is the mixed mode, the mono mode. So right now, since I'm going to be in the mixed mono mode, I'm just going to go ahead and power off one of the microphones by simply turning it off with the power button here on the right hand side. So I believe we have a good understanding on what the receiver is capable of. I did not mention that we do have this little cold shoe, hot shoe mount here at the back. It's basically just a little clip that's going to mount to either the top of our camera or onto our camera cage or anywhere basically that you want to kind of clip it onto. It does feel like it's well built, made out of plastic, and in general it's going to do its job as intended. So now that we have a better understanding on the receiver and the functions and the menu and the settings, let's take a closer look at the actual transmitter itself. So starting over here on the left hand side, we have two LED lights and we also have two little symbols. On the left hand side, you can see the one LED light is referring to if this microphone is synced, if it's linked to the receiver. So if that light turns on, it's a good indication that it is synced to the receiver and that it's working. The next LED light is the battery light right here, which is going to be showing us the battery. If it's kind of going down or a little bit lower, we can simply identify that by that LED light, but we can also see that right here on the display screen. Right here in the middle is the actual internal microphone itself that we were just briefly listening to and that I'm recording to right now. Next, we have the 3.5mm jack for our lavalier microphone. So if you don't want to use the internal microphone, you can go ahead and simply plug in the 3.5mm jack for the lavalier microphone, and now you can just mount this lavalier microphone onto your shirt, and instead of recording out of the internal microphone, it's going to be recording out of the lavalier microphone. I say we probably turn this lavalier microphone on and test it out and see how it sounds, and I'm going to go ahead and mute the microphone on my shirt. So let's power this on. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. The display screen is going to show me that the microphone is working. I'm going to go ahead and mute this mic that's on my shirt by just simply pressing the power button down one time, not holding it down. So now you guys are listening to the lavalier microphone. It's approximately about 8 inches away from my mouth right now, and this is what it's currently sounding like. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer to see what it sounds like. So now this is approximately about a hand's reach away, maybe about 4 inches or so from my mouth. You are listening to the lavalier microphone. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to mute this transmitter by simply pressing down once on the power button. Again, if you hold down the power button, it's going to completely turn it off, but in this case we just want to mute it. So I'm just going to press it down one time. I just pressed it down once, and we can simply see here on the display, now this microphone number 2 is muted, so it is not picking up any audio from the lavalier or the internal microphone. And we can do the same thing with this lavalier microphone, with the microphone that I have on my chest, but I think you guys do get the idea. And at the bottom, as you can see, we have these little metal connections that's going to allow us to charge it in the charging hub by just simply placing it down as so. And if we continue to turn this bad boy around, as we talked about earlier, we do have the power on and off button, which has 2 functions, to power it on and off, and also mute it, as we just talked about. So guys, having a closer look at the transmitter, just underneath the power button, we do have this USB-C port. This USB-C port is going to allow us to charge this transmitter microphone. So for an example, if we wanted to film and record for several hours, for an example, if 7 hours is not long enough for you and you didn't want to place it into the charging hub, we're going to be able to simply charge this. And what I would do is get a USB power bank and just get a cable, which we actually do have included with the kit, USB to USB-C, and now we're going to be able to charge it as we are using the transmitter. So that's going to be an amazing feature that I'm very happy to see on this wireless microphone kit. And again, both microphones do have that option over here that we can go ahead and charge it while we're using it. So that is fantastic that we have that included. If we look just under the USB-C port, there is this tiny little hole, and this is the reset button. For an example, if there's any reason the microphones are not syncing or there is some kind of error or something not working, we're going to be able to simply just press that with the little pin that is included with the kit, and it's going to go ahead and reset the transmitter. And there's one of those holes, reset buttons, on both of the transmitter microphones. So now let's take a closer look again at the charging hub. Again, it's going to fit both transmitter, both microphones, along with the receiver in the middle. And we do also have these little wind muffs that we have, a little compartment over here in the charging hub that we can kind of just place over there nicely, and also just kind of place all the rest of our devices and close it up and walk away with it. And we do also have this bag that's included that we can just kind of keep all of our cables and extra accessories in if we'd like to. I will mention here at the bottom in the front of the charging hub, there are these 4 LEDs. They're blue LEDs, and this is going to basically show us how much battery the actual charging hub itself has. So as soon as we plug in a device, it's going to let us know how much battery life is remaining on the charging hub. And if we wanted to toggle that off, we just press this button here 2 times and those LED lights turn off. If we wanted to know how much battery life is in the charging hub, if the LEDs are not on, we can just simply press this button 1 time. So currently, right now, it is displaying 3 out of the 4 LEDs, and that's telling me that this charging hub is approximately 75% full. So guys, I think we have a better understanding how the Fulaim F1000 Pro, this charging hub, how it works, how the transmitter, how the receiver, what cables we have, and how to use them, and we can monitor the audio. Let's take a closer look here at the back of the box. I want to go over some of the specs that we see here. So for an example, just starting off on the top, it says frequency range. It's 2,400 to 2,480 MHz, so megahertz. We got modulation, which is GFSK. We got transmitter power or transmit power, which is 17 dBm. We got the DSP noise canceling, which is -6 dB. The power supply is 3.7 volts, built-in lithium battery. Charging input is 5 volts at 1 amp. Charging period is 2 hours. So that's something I did not mention. This charging hub is going to charge our devices in 2 hours. Our receivers and our transmitter, you just place them in the charging hub, and if this charging hub has battery, and it's only going to take 2 hours to charge all 3 devices. Next, we have charging period. We just talked about that, 2 hours. Operating time, as I mentioned, 7 hours. So power management, it's going to shut down automatically after 5-10 minutes if there's no connection, or shut down automatically when placed in the storage box. Operating temperature, we got 0 degrees Celsius all the way up to 55 degrees Celsius. Storage temperature, we got -20 Celsius to +55 Celsius. The dimensions of the unit are 44 by 43 by 14 millimeter. That's the size of the transmitter. And as far as the receiver is, it's 56 by 43 by 18 millimeter. The net weight, we got 26 grams, which is the transmitter, and we got 40 grams, which is the receiver. The storage box, Type-C charging input, we got 5 volts at 2 amps. Wireless charging input, we got 5 volts at 1 amp. Electromagnetic induction. Power supply, 3.7 volts at 3000 milliamp hours. Built-in lithium-ion batteries. Dimensions, 121 by 61 by 59. Again, that is the charging hub storage box. The net weight of the charging hub is 188 grams. Operating temperature 0 degrees Celsius all the way up to 55 degrees Celsius. And storage temperature -20 Celsius to plus 55 degrees Celsius. So as you see, guys, we have quite a bit of features over here. I'm surprised it does not mention over here the range of the unit. So from looking at the manual over here, I believe I read somewhere that it has a transmission range of 150 meters, which is super far. 150 meters is approximately 500 feet. It says this device adopts 2.4 gigahertz, adaptive frequency hopping, and innovative small, which is SMULL, synchronized multi-node ultra-low latency technology, providing high-quality audio, stable and reliable signal transmission. It can widely use in interviews, short video recordings, program hosting, live streaming, teaching, training, and other wireless applications. So this product line includes the following models. We got the Fulaim 1000 and we got the Fulaim 1000 Pro, and I currently have the 1000 Pro. The main difference is I'm going to say that the 1000 only has one transmitter, only one microphone, and the 1000 Pro, as you guys see here today, it has 2 transmitters, the 2 microphones. So this manual is very helpful, very useful. It shows you everything that you need to know. It gives you many examples. For an example, if you want to connect it to your phone via the USB-C to USB-C, or if you want to connect it to an iPhone via the USB-C to the Lightning connection, we can connect it also to the laptop. I believe it shows us here on the next page. So we can go ahead and connect it with the USB-C to USB-C cable, as we talked about. We can go ahead and also connect it to an audio interface, for an example, like I'm doing right now with my camera. I'm using the 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter cable, or we can plug it into maybe a DJ mixer or whatever other audio interface that you guys have, mic in or line in. So that's overall more or less all the information that I wanted to share with you guys today. I do, as I mentioned, want to do some more tests outdoors in an outdoor environment, maybe test out the range and just kind of see how it sounds in those different locations. So stick with me, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comment section down below. But overall, I'm very impressed. It has so many features. It looks like it's well designed and well built, and it kind of just allows us to have everything that we need all included with the kit, such as the cables, the lavalier mics, the charging hub, and all these kind of features that we have built in, such as the menu, the low cut filter, and all this DSP mode, etc. So guys, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Till next time, peace.